SR93 Boxing, I'm back with a quick video. Julio Cesar Chavez, I guess, rejected the offer that Canelo offered him. And the offer was basically a guarantee of 6 million and a small percentage of the pay-per-view revenue. The fight was, well, actually, it was a catchweight that Julio Cesar Chavez agreed to. And considering that he's a big guy, he's fighting I think he's fighting a what, super middleweight? If not big, I can't even remember. The guy's a big fuck. Canelo is willing to move up to 165 to fight Julio Cesar Chavez, and he gave him the offer, so the weight is not an issue because that's where both agree. The weight, however, is one of those things that they agree with. However, the money, the $6 million, is something that Julio Cesar Chavez doesn't agree with. He wants, because it says 6 million and a small percentage of the pay-per-view revenue. They want at least 30 to 35%. Of the Chavez team, they want 30 to 35% of the money, of the pay-per-view money, that is. Now keep in mind, when they say a small percentage of the pay-per-view, they don't really mean like, because they can say oh, if you you'll get this much money if the pay-per-view numbers go up to this high, like maybe a certain 100,000, few 100,000, like let's say 1.1 million, 1.2 million. Let's say that's what that's when he will get a small pay-per-view, small part of the pay-per-view. But that could be some unrealistic figure that, even though it's a big fight, it wouldn't reach that many pay-per-views, which in other words is a way of guaranteeing yourself all the pay-per-view money. But either way, man, 6 million. You know what? Golovkin at 160 kind of deserves arguably a bit more than Chavez does. And I'm gonna be serious on this, arguably, because Golovkin, yeah, he fights bums and whatnot, but he's gonna fight Danny Jacobs. Then we can see what depending on the performance, we can see how much he deserves to get. But either way, Julio Cesar Chavez doesn't deserve no more than 6 million. Look, people can say, oh, he's a big name. But to be honest, the reason why he's a big name because of his father. He hasn't really done shit. Like, he's one of the laziest boxers out there. I remember him from like, people know him because he's like the son of this Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., this legend. But I remember him for missing weights. That's who I remember him for. That's what I remember him for. All he does is miss weights, come over. You remember Ellie Segback video, yeah? There was one of them, say, with Ricky Funes, yeah? I think Ricky Funes was going to take him to jog, and then Julio Cesar Chavez sleeping still. Was like, I think Ricky Funes or Ellie Segback says, we're going to go jog, right? And he goes, I might. You lazy fuck. There's a camera on you and you're still that lazy. Look, he hasn't done much. I mean, he fought some good fighters in his early times, like Sergio Martinez. He fought some fighters, but thing is, he's so lazy. He hasn't done shit. Canelo's also moving up, so it's like a 50-50 catchweight. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of fair on both fighters, but at the same time, Canelo's a way bigger name. I guess he could deserve a bit more. Like, you could say, like, I mean, he could deserve a bit more, but considering lately he's lazy. He hasn't fought that much opponent. He fought a bum recently. And, you could say he deserves a bit more. But how much more? You fail to make weight all the time. You're lazy. So, I mean, it's arguable. If someone thinks he deserves more, I haven't got too much of a problem with that. I don't think he deserves more than a 10 million, for sure. Like, I know he doesn't deserve 10 million like Golovkin got initially. But, at least they're both willing to meet at a catchweight. At least, like, see, Canelo's willing to move up to this shit because he knows the guy's way, like, much bigger. But Triple G's not willing to move down to Canelo, even though it's the B side. See, like, that's the mindset of different fighters. Canelo's willing to take that chance, move up weight, because he knows it's fair, because he knows what he's doing is fair. what he's doing is right. I mean, he's gonna look at his own benefit, but at the same time, it's fair. Look at to know how much a person really deserves in a fight. You have to look at what do they normally make in terms of pay-per-view revenues, sales, and what does the A side make and what does the B side make if they're not fighting each other. Okay, that's the difference. Canelo makes millions from fighting no one, from fighting bums. I mean, not really bums. He doesn't really fight bums. I'm saying Liam Smith. He's still a world champion, but yeah, whatever. Like he's Liam Smith's a decent fighter, but he was not known in America. Definitely not, and he sold out. Canelo took it in America. No one really knows him. No one's there to watch Liam Smith. They're there to watch Canelo. And that's the star power of Canelo. And I think Canelo. I mean, I think it's pretty fair to say that Canelo gave an offer that Chavez deserves, because look how much Chavez will get if he's not fighting Canelo. If he's fighting some random guy, then look at Canelo if he's fighting some random guy. Compare the two, and then you'll see it's fair. It's very fair. That's really all I have to say. Do you think this fight will happen? I think it could happen. He goes, if not, then then I'll get Golovkin or something. I think he said something like that. But either way, let me know what you think. I'm SR93 Boxing. I'm out.